So the next kit we're going to put up is the spring planter kit. Now this contains geraniums and forget-me-nots and is styled in just a gorgeous, large, luxury sized planter. So this planter is 25 centimetres across. It's got this lovely scallop detail and the matching saucer, and it's just yeah, a really versatile, beautiful pot to have in the home. I think it works beautifully on a island or a kitchen table, breakfast table, as a kind of centerpiece or focal point. And then as we move into summer, it just works so well on a garden table. You know, if you've got your friends and family over for dinner or a barbecue, and you've got like this beautiful centerpiece that you all kind of sit around. So yeah, it's one of my favorites for sure. So let's pot this up. So in your kit, you'll have your gravel, your compost, and your 3 types of moss, and your birch twigs. And then you will have 2 geranium plants and 1 white forget-me-not and 1 blue forget-me-not. Now, just a note on the forget-me-nots: when they arrive, there is a chance there may be sort of brown flowers on them. It's just because forget-me-nots sort of turn around on their blooms is about 2 days. So they do need deadheading. So if it arrives with sort of little brown flowers on, please don't worry, it's not dead, I promise. You just need to pick them off, and then new blooms will come in its place. You might also find that the leaves look a little bit tired around the base of the plant. Again, normal, just take them off. You can literally just pick them out. You know, they might have sort of a brown edging to them. It's just always the ones usually that are near the base of the plant, near the soil. So yeah, just a bit of housekeeping. Like for example, this blue one here, I can see there's some brown flowers on there. I'm just going to literally pinch it off. That's all you need to do, and then that just encourages these lovely little buds to bloom in its place. It's quite a satisfying job to do. And then again, there's some leaves here with the brown edging to it, so I'm just going to take that off. So it just kind of keeps the plant nice and healthy and tidy, but don't worry if it arrives, you know, and on its journey some of the leaves have gone off a bit or some of the flowers have gone over. That's completely normal. But we will try to deadhead any brown flowers that are on the plant before they go to you, and obviously take off any leaves that we think need removing. But you know, if they arrive like that, that's just something to bear in mind. Geraniums, easy, nothing. Oh, are they saying that? It's got a yellow leaf there. If it's got a yellow leaf, you just take that off. That's again normal for geraniums to have some of the bottom leaves that don't get as much sunlight, they might go a bit yellow. Anyway, let's get started. So let's add in our gravel. So pop your pot on its saucer, pop in all the gravel that's in your kit in the brown paper bag. The function of the gravel is just for drainage, so that the roots of your plants aren't sitting in water for sort of prolonged periods of time. And then I'm just going to add in about 1 inch of fresh compost on the base, on top of the gravel. So the compost you get from us is really high quality and filled with kind of horticultural grit, so that the drainage is really good, as that's kind of one of the key things for indoor plants is good drainage. Okay, so there's about 1 inch on top of the gravel. And after giving my plants a really good drink, I'm just going to add them in. I'm going to face them, rather than putting them sort of straight up, directly upwards, I'm going to angle them slightly, sort of facing the sort of the rim of the pot. Work out which way I want that round and put it that way. those plants are now all in and looking beautiful. I mean, it's a bit tricky to see the ones at the back from where you're sort of, from the viewpoint you have, but yeah, I mean, they just look stunning, and they smell, the geraniums smell amazing already. Excuse me. Okay, so now I'm just going to add in compost into the gaps around the plants. I'm going to make a mess, like I always seem to do. So just sort of lift the leaves back and then just add in the compost into the gap. Give it a sort of jiggle, so then that means that all the compost sort of settles down a bit better. Okay, nearly there, just one more gap. And then a little bit in the middle, in between all the four plants. Okay, that's lovely. So now I'm going to add in my moss. So you'll have your 3 different types of moss in your kit. You'll have your flat moss, which is the kind of woodlandy kind of moss. You'll have more of this. Then you'll have a little bit of the sphagnum moss, which is the sort of dry 2-tone moss. Oh, there's a caterpillar! They don't usually freak me out, but that's just really freaked me out. Come on. Oh. Okay, it's having a situation. I'm gonna just blow it off. There we go. I'll sort that out later. Ugh. That made me jump, sorry. Where was I? Okay, so then we've got the flat moss, sphagnum moss, and then the bun moss, which you'll just have a little bit of. Right, so I'm going to take the back root system off the bun moss and just add that in. I have got the heebie-jeebies now. Whoa! I'm not usually scared of stuff, but that really made me jump. Oh dear, sorry. I'm going to be on tenterhooks now all afternoon. Okay, so we're just adding in the moss, just laying that gently on top of the compost. Focus, Gemma. Okay. I promise I won't stand on it. I will get rid of it in a humane way. It down there. Okay, I will get rid of it. I won't kill it, I promise. Okay, so that's all planted up with the moss. I'm just going to put a little bit of sphagnum in actually. And now I'm just going to put the twigs in. So with your birch twigs, you can cut them with secateurs or cut them with, or sort of snap them off with your fingers. They're dried. They don't need a water source. They can just go in however long or short you want them. So then just popping those in amongst the gorgeous plants. And that is about it for potting up. In terms of looking after your kit, the soil needs to be kept damp. Don't let it dry out. The forget-me-nots in particular like a damp soil. They don't like to dry out. Deadhead the forget-me-nots when they go brown. Like I said, they might arrive with some little flowers needing deadheading, that's completely normal. Just pinch them off where the brown bits are, and then they will encourage new buds to bloom. Take off any sort of straggly leaves or anything that looks a little bit kind of brown along the edges. And then with the geranium, when the beautiful white flowers go brown, you can pinch those off, and then that encourages the buds that are slightly below them to bloom. Any leaves that you don't like or that are looking a bit yellow, oh gosh, I've got the heebie-jeebies or something on me then. They can be taken off. What else? Keep in a nice bright sunny spot in your home or in your garden. This is absolutely fine to be left outside as well. But yeah, water it in the sink, give it a good water, let all that water drain through, and then discard any water that is in the saucer. And that's about it. So there you have it, your spring planter.